Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Average Joe Rants coming at you with another video. And oh boy, it's been a productive goddamn week for the Republicans, let me tell you. And not in a bad way either, because quite frankly, I am pretty sick of the Democrat shit with their lying and their justifications and their no accountability. As I'm sure a lot of other people are too. Now, it's fucked up. Took Charlie Kirk to finally get people to wake up to this shit. But for whatever, I'm sure, like, if he was alive today, he'd say that would be a good thing. That's just the kind of guy he was. If it took, you told him, if it took everybody, just his life to wake up everybody in America, I think he would give it gladly. And that's exactly what's happening. A lot of former Democrats, I say former now, but before Charlie Kirk's death they were hardcore, are finally understanding just the monsters in their midst. The extremists that they were shoulder to shoulder with. They're now finally waking up and realizing, no, that shit ain't okay. It's good to see that. Well, I don't completely support switching parties. I'd rather people go independent and form their own opinions about the people they are voting for. The fact of the matter is like, it's people's choice. And honestly, if straight up hardcore long-term Democrats are finally going over to the other side, it's no real fault other than the parties. So let's get into it. We got a lot to cover here. Just as a disclaimer, I am not a news channel. I give my opinions on events as they happen, and I make them into rants sometimes. So first off, let's go ahead and talk about Tyler Robinson, the guy who killed Charlie Kirk. First off, they're trying to get the death penalty for him, which I say is good because, weirdly enough, people in America don't like it when people get assassinated over their beliefs. It kind of goes against the entire Constitution. It's like that King George shit, where, he used to kill people because they used to believe something different than he did. And that was one of the reasons why we eventually rebelled and made our own country. By the way, the lamp's still fucking up. I don't know if you can see it in the video, but yeah, it's still fucking winking. And weirdly enough, it's been completely fine. Completely fine this entire week. That this has been happening when I didn't make a video on. And now I'm finally making a video and starts fucking doing it again. So yeah, just like in my last video, I swear to God there's some sort of ghost or deity or some shit trying to fuck with me. There ain't no way this thing works for a week and then it just starts doing that blinking shit again. Anyway, back to on topic. They're trying to get the death penalty for Tyler Robinson. I say good to that. Right? And we need to be extreme on these people. And it's not because I don't have any empathy or anything like that. I'm saying this because the fact of the matter is, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if it's Charlie Kirk or not. This dude still murdered a dude because the dude he killed thought something different than he did. That's not discussion. That's not conversation. That's a terroristic act. No different than what ISIS or Al-Qaeda would fucking do back in the day. The whole fucking reason we went over to the Middle East is so we could try to put a stop to that shit. And also get oil, if you're one of those people who believes that. I think I am one of those. Because it makes too much sense that we were there for greedy reasons rather than any, like any good ones. But anyway, regardless of the reason, That was the official reason given, is that these terrorist groups in the Middle East say we can no longer, deal with what they were doing until we sent troops over there. But yeah, it's basically the same reasoning as why people are asking for the death penalty for Tyler Robinson. We don't deal with that shit. We don't deal with people killing other people due to what they believe. That's persecution. That's religious persecution. That's idealist persecution. It's probably called something else. I can't think of it right now. More importantly, it's persecution based on a person's political beliefs. That's wrong, no matter who it is. It's the same reason why all of us mourned those 2 Democratic lawmakers in Minnesota when they were killed by a member of their own party. But Charlie Kirk gets killed, and guess what happens? Hundreds of people on the left fucking celebrate it. They dance and they laugh like fucking psychos. And this is what is going to get into our topic today, folks, because those same people, most of them have now been fired or arrested. And the left, the Democrats, have the fucking balls to complain that they're getting canceled. I want you to think about that for a second. Because when I heard about that, I had to think about it. I was just like, are you fucking serious? For a decade, you motherfuckers have been canceling people, destroying their livelihoods, destroying their careers, destroying their lives for a decade because of your cancel culture. And when the double-edged sword finally hits the other way, you're gonna bitch about it? You're gonna fucking bitch about it. Are you absolutely serious right now? It's actually funny. I've said in a couple of my videos that karma would come for these motherfuckers in a big way, and it's definitely done that. We already have, well, it's rumored that one of the Democratic representatives is actually being deported because she celebrated Charlie Kirk's death. Which, fuck her. And if that's true, I hope they fucking give her the worst seat on the goddamn bus back. Fuck, I hope they don't even use a bus. I hope they use a fucking prison van. Jimmy Kimmel gets canceled over his lies that he said. And the reason why he said them was to do nothing else than misinform and to forward a narrative that the shooter was MAGA, despite the fact that it was all the evidence points to the contrary. Keep in mind, he's saying this shit as this evidence is already out, as the bullets engraved with, and I can't believe I'm gonna have to say this shit, by the way. C's bulge, ooh woo, or Bella Chow, Bella Chow, Bella Chow Chow. Or catch this, fascist. Yeah, those are what the fucking bullets said that he engraved. The dude uses his grandfather's Mauser rifle to kill what I'm assuming is in a fit of irony, but actually turns out is a fit of delusion that he's killing another Nazi with it, when in fact he's actually killing somebody who is the furthest from a Nazi I can absolutely think of. I can probably look up evidence that Trump or J.D. Vance is a fucking Nazi, and it'd probably be true, but Charlie Kirk? No. In fact, he frequently spoke out against racism and, homophobia. Alright? He used to welcome gay people into his discussions and debates and into his party, into the Republican Party. One of his favorite things to say to people that were afraid to come up and expose themselves was all are welcome in our party, no matter who you are. So he's the furthest thing from a fucking Nazi or a fascist you absolutely could get. But anyway, Jimmy Kimmel gets canceled because what he basically says is that the Republicans are basically trying to paint this as anything other Tyler Robinson as anything other than one of their own. Which is, again, not true. Like, sure, his family's Republican, his grandfather's Republican, but this is the thing that I think a lot of Democrats don't realize is that a lot of people, once they grow up, they tend to fucking question shit. And Tyler Robinson definitely questioned shit. He just never thought those questions were, maybe I should actually watch this motherfucker before I label him a fascist. Or, instead of letting people think shit for him. And now he's going to probably be fucking killed, and I say good. That's what you fucking get. I don't know why we ever got rid of the death penalty for these kinds of motherfuckers. I really don't. Why we got rid of the death penalty for, like, serial killers and multiple murderers and fucking rapists. Like, fuck them all. Yeah, that's basically what he said, and he got fucking canceled over it. And people are bitching that this is a thing against free speech. It's not a thing about free speech. If anything, it's an assault against free media. And I'm not talking about what the fucking network did to Jimmy Kimmel. I'm talking about what Jimmy Kimmel is doing to fucking Americans. Hi. Sorry about that, folks. My mother came out to get her water. But anyway, yeah, it's just Jimmy Kimmel literally lied about what happened to Charlie Kirk. That is not going against free speech when he gets fired for lying to millions of Americans. That is getting fired for not doing your goddamn job. And plus, what the fuck is he doing? Like, what the fuck is he doing trying to do news? He's a comedian. He's a late show host. Why is he... Like, the fuck? I don't watch fucking late shows because I want to be depressed. I watch them so I can fucking laugh. But you're gonna try... But not only are you not gonna do that, you're gonna fucking lie to me about the shit that happened? I have no sympathy for this motherfucker. Apparently, something I found out is that, and this is not anything that Republicans or Democrats fucking have any control over, by the way, but apparently he's been on the fucking downswing for a long ass time. Many viewers have stopped watching his goddamn show. So, honestly, this might be less a thing of expression of a violation of free speech, and more just the network got fucking tired of his ass, losing viewers for him, and decided to just fire him outright for a comment about a recent event. Of course, every fucking news outlet, besides like a few of them, obviously, is like, oh, well, this is about Trump and fucking Trump and his attack on free speech. Motherfuckers, Trump wasn't even in the fucking United States. He didn't even know what was happening at the time. He just got back. And yeah, he made a statement. But he wasn't there, but he wasn't fucking in the United States when it was happening. This is not his fucking fault. He had no fucking idea what was going on. He doesn't own fucking that network. The FCC owns that network. Newstar owns that network. Trump doesn't own that fucking network. He has no say on whether Jimmy Kimmel gets fired or not for a dumbass comment. I mean, for God's sakes, we really at that point where we're just gonna fucking take something that was probably completely separate. Like, yeah, it has something to do with Charlie Kirk, but from all the evidence I've been able to fucking gather, it has nothing to fucking do with him. He got caught lying. People, many people complained, and now we just decide, yeah, we're sick of this shit. Cut him off. Like, Jesus Christ. Another thing I want to sort of get across as well is the multiple firings of these Democrats, right? Not representatives, obviously, just people who are part of the Democratic Party. Now, keep in mind, as I explain this, the people getting fired are the ones who celebrated Charlie Kirk's death. They praise his shooter, they praise this man for shooting somebody over their ideals. Here's the thing. And honestly, this is something I don't know where I watched it from, but it's something I agree with. You are free to make whatever speech you want. You have the freedom of speech. However, you do not have the freedom of consequences. Just because you can say anything you fucking want does not mean you will not have consequences for saying it. And we see this shit all the time. Even if in our daily lives. People get fired over doing stupid shit all the time. My own sister decided to make a big deal about fucking pronouns with a customer when she was working at fucking Carl's Jr. and got fired for it. She didn't get fired because of her fucking pronouns. She got fired because she decided to fight with a customer about that issue. It's like no shit you got fired. No shit people are telling your employers that you're celebrating a terrorist. No fucking shit they fire you. This thing, I think this is something that needs to be more widespread, this knowledge, is that when you work for a company, it doesn't matter what the fuck it is, you represent that company even in your regular ass life. I worked for 7-Eleven, and everything I did or said, because obviously people didn't fucking know me, but I have a few videos out of me beating a homeless person with a fucking cane because he decided to assault me. Do you think they give a fuck that it was justified? No. All they see is some 7-Eleven employee defending himself with a cane. Because obviously they don't fucking know me. They don't know my name. They don't know where I live. They don't know. All they know is that I'm working at 7-Eleven. Right? In that particular story, I told a dude to get off the property about 20 fucking times. So I go in inside the store to try to call the cops. He tried to go in the store and stop me, so I grabbed a cane, told him to get the fuck off the property, and when he did, I kicked his fucking cart, and he fucking splashed something on me, and I proceeded to beat the fuck out of him. Do you think people care that about that context? No. Quite frankly, before they could fire me, because I could see it from a mile fucking away, they already warned me, basically, the next day, like, hey, we can't do the fucking cane shit anymore. I just went, okay, I quit. Because I'm not gonna deal with somebody assaulting me, and them not fucking getting exactly what they fucking deserve in kind. Yeah, I quit. Because I wasn't gonna, because I know if I didn't agree, I was gonna be fired. And I would have been justified on the company's part. Okay, and the same thing with these Democrats. They say something stupid on the internet. They get pointed out, their employers get pointed out, like, hey, your employee has this fucking hateful thing on their public profile. I just want to let you know. Because at the end of the day, folks, here's the thing. These employers don't have to fire these people. They don't. Most states are at-will states, and what that means is at will, they can hire you, and at will, they can fire you. Doesn't matter what the reason is. Oh, you're black? Okay, you're fired. And no, I'm not fucking with you. It's literally as simple as that. It be literally for any reason. My sister got fired for being trans from, weirdly enough, 7-Eleven. Yes, she worked at 7-Eleven before I did. She got fired for being a trans person, and there was nothing she could fucking do about it. And of course, people don't understand this. They don't understand that very simple-ass concept. And so they're like, oh, well, I'm being fucking persecuted. I'm being canceled. I'm being fired. I'm losing my house. I'm losing my apartment because I was stupid enough to fucking vandalize a fucking Charlie Kirk memorial. No one gives a fuck. Like, good Lord, nobody gives a fuck. Nobody has any sympathy for these motherfuckers. Nobody has any empathy. Why would they? These people have no empathy for Charlie Kirk's, like, fucking murder. And then some of them are even saying that his wife and kids should be fucking next. His kids are 1 and 5 years old. And simply because they were Charlie Kirk's kids. That's the reason why some people want them to fucking die. To be assassinated just like their father. A little infant and a toddler in these people's minds deserves to die because their father was somebody they considered a fucking fascist. Of course you got fired for that kind of fucking stupid talk. Jesus fucking Christ. Are we living in the fucking Twilight Zone here where we think that kind of talk is okay? Well, apparently, according to the Democrats, that kind of talk is okay. Oh, it's an attack on our freedom of speech. Again, attack on our freedom of speech. When people are being fired for terroristic comments and incitements to violence. But no, it's okay when they do it, guys. It's okay when they fucking, when a Republican when somebody on the Democratic side, everybody's fucking horrified. When 2 lawmakers from Minnesota gets killed on the Democratic side, everybody's fucking horrified. Everybody's in mourning. One guy gets killed on the Republican side, we have a bunch of people dancing and laughing and being psychotic and singing about his death. No, that's okay. I don't see nothing wrong with that. Do you guys? I don't see absolutely nothing wrong with that kind of logic. But anyway, I want to explain in detail why these motherfuckers are getting fired. I kind of went off a little bit, but let me do this now. I want to be real fucking simple with it. Alright? Your employer, when you put in a job application, requires your email, your phone number, your address, and any credit card information for a direct deposit, along with your full name. The reason why is exactly what you would expect. They want to know what the fuck you are saying online. They want to know if the person they are employing is somebody that's going to cause them problems down the line. Okay, it's like, oh, well, he's got a violent record. We probably don't want to have him in a space where there's going to be a lot of violence. Oh, this person's a fucking rapist, probably should not let him around kids. That kind of shit. Right? And while that is more, them looking up their criminal records, there do exist websites that allow them to do that. Hence why they need your full legal name. But it is also, again, so they can keep track of your social media shit. One of the first things my bosses always did is they asked for me as a friend on Facebook or on X. Fucking hell, I just referred to it as X. God damn it. Twitter. I'm not... Moving past that, always ask for my Twitter or my Facebook page, and they'd send me a friend request. The reason why they did this is because they wanted to keep track of my fucking talk. Because, surprise, surprise, they don't want a problem employee down the line. One of the other things that happens, major change talk. One of the first people that my fucking boss at 7-Eleven talked to, literally across the street, Dairy Mart. My boss at Dairy Mart. Because I used to work for Dairy Mart before I worked for 7-Eleven. Literally, all he had to do was walk across there, and they had a big ass talk about how good a person I was, how hardworking I was, and that sealed the deal. So, that's the thing here. The reason why these people are getting fired is not because of they're being persecuted because of their freedom of speech. It's because they live in an at-will state. And these employers do not want the liability that comes with an extremist. So I want you to think about this for a second. Let's say, I'll give you guys a great fucking scenario that I thought of the other day. Let's say you have an extremist and he's an engineer, or she's an engineer, whatever the fuck you want to call him. Say he's a train engineer, right? He's in charge of fixing the fucking train. Well, let's say Donald Trump decides to take the train, weirdly, for some fucking reason. What do you think that extremist is going to do when he hears that? If he's pretty much indoctrinated to all this fucking bullshit online, do you really think he's going to make sure the train gets to his destination okay? Or do you think he's going to sabotage the train in some fucking way, killing not only Donald Trump, but several civilians? But that's for the greater cause, right? That's the reason. Because companies do not want extremists of either side working for them. Straight up. They don't want extremists of either side working for them, because if the wrong person comes in, or the wrong person fucking goes on one of their fucking airlines or trains or cars or whatever, there's the real chance of a terrorist act being committed against that fucking person by that employee. It's also the reason why airlines are so thorough with their fucking hiring process. Why you have to go through fucking TSA for the slightest misstep in your fucking luggage. Same fucking thing. They have to be thorough because of the 9/11 attack. They don't want what happened back then to happen again. You know what? I'll be real surprised if from now on every debate didn't have at least a few fucking police officers and, ambulances on fucking standby. Hell, I'd be surprised, quite frankly, if, if they didn't have people patrolling, like, hills and shit now. If they didn't have fucking helicopters patrolling and shit now. So, yeah. I'm gonna stop this video now because it's starting to get a little long, and honestly, these are just the things I wanted to talk about. There's obviously a lot more I could talk about. There's the fact that the Minnesotan Democrat representative fucking had a crash out. I could talk about the fact that Asmongold's apparently targeted next by these fucking crazies. I could talk about the Twitch CEO finally being called testified and asked why the fuck most of his fucking streamers on his platform are conversing with terrorists. No, I'm not fucking with you. Hassan Piker literally conversed with a terrorist on stream and was not banned off of it for that. But you know who was, actually? It was Ethan Klein. For showing that clip of Hassan Piker fucking conversing with a terrorist. Yeah, it's gonna be a really interesting week, and hopefully I'll be able to get another video out soon about it. But I really do want to wait until the consequences of the dumbasses' actions catch up to them, so I can rant and rave and make content out of it. So that's gonna be it for today. I hope you guys have a really good night or day or whatever fucking time you're watching this. You know, like I said, hopefully soon enough we see the ramifications of these dumbasses' actions. And I'll have plenty more content to give to you guys. So, like, comment, and subscribe if you like my content. And if you think I'm a piece of shit for celebrating the fact that these guys are finally getting what the fuck they're getting, well, you can go fuck yourself. But in any case, you guys have a great rest of your day, rest of your night, whenever you're fucking watching this. Bye-bye.